of repayment, redistribution of money. But I'm not going to figure that out. Not you, I'm not talking about you personally, but I suspect you, and I've met a lot of college professors and so forth. Y'all understand the system of making things even, and you know how to do that. If you put your best to it, now, don't just have to say, well, we can't do that because it's been so long. You see, Dr. Olson talked just a little bit about the Elaine case, and at that time, the Supreme Court had a view that said that we don't interfere in state prosecutions because the state law, and because the state has responsibility that they can handle that. But on the writings, not the physical appearance, because he couldn't do it, on the writings of Jones. What's Jones's name? Yes. The Supreme Court said, when there is a failure to find any due process provided to the extent that we have here, then we're going to look at it. Never did they said that before. So when you tell me, say, well, this thing about trying to look back at slavery and trying to look back at Elaine, let's be a little closer to it, 1919, that thing is too hard because each one of them folks is dead. Don't start from the folks, start from the property and its value, including the value the slaves put into it, and then figure out how do we make them whole. Because when I used to practice law and I would file a lawsuit, I didn't say to the court, listen, Sam Jones is a bad person, you ought to make him pay. I say, Ms. Smith here, my client, is a wonderful lady. She deserves to be paid. And here's what her losses are. Now, the person responsible for that is the estate of, or is so-and-so, or the estate of so-and-so. And so we've got to figure out how to get something over here. Now you don't try to put me in a situation where you say I'm going to come up with a plan and then don't put that story out. I don't have a plan. I don't consider myself that intellectual. I think that requires the kind of thinking that I was never the lawyer to do. I don't do that kind of thinking in law. I know some lawyers that did. My favorite lawyer was a guy named Charles Hamilton Houston. That's the way he thought. But he was good. I ain't that good. I stumble along. I'm loud. I got attention.
I understand, but I was just curious if you had.
Well, if I had it, I'd get it to you.
The key to the system when you say, is there one block, one foundation that you think would make all the other blocks tumble?
I think, simply put, I think that you who are the academics, who are the folk who study all of this stuff, can figure that out. If you ever, and when your heart gets around to it and you say, I think that is probably the right thing to do, and it's probably what's best for our nation, then you'll start figuring it out. I don't tell you, it's not going to happen while I'm living. I'm 77, I'll be 78 years old in July. I've got a granddaughter who's 11 or 12. I wish she didn't have to be concerned about this all the time, but she will.
Well, since you raised the legal issue, I can give an example and ask your opinion. One of the cases was based on the idea that there were not African Americans in the jury. That was due process. The bottom line, though, was due process. Right. But
now we've had jury cases that
further than that in the jury, and that is there also a responsibility in terms of the judges, in terms of the prosecution and the defense, in terms of representation. How far does that representation go?
What you want to do, analyze that and say which one was the reason why the court moved? I'm not going to do that either. What I'm telling you simply, see, you're not going to put me into your intellectual discussion today. What I'm going to tell you is what I've gained to find the principal difficulties to be, and then let you, because you run everything all, and I hope you don't take offense to it. I'm not talking about you personally.
No, I'm not arguing again.
Yeah, but you have run everything. You put all this together. You've gotten us to where we are. You designed all these systems. So design one. If you come to the notion that there's something not quite right, if you honestly believe that all of that was fair, then of course you'll do nothing and we'll keep struggling. And some people out there like me will say, well, hell, I ain't scared of dying, so I'm going to fight anything that don't work well for me. I'm going to fight it. And that can be, you can deal with that because you got a sufficient police force to deal with that. My position was, in Mariana, for example, when we were doing the boycott, my position was I don't owe nothing of favor to none of these business people here because none of them hire black people. And no black folks in the courthouse except for one janitor. And so I don't owe Marion. You said, well, somebody will ask me today. They said, well, you're now a well-respected citizen. You're a retired judge. You get that check every month. And I do. I'm glad to get it because my wife is in Austin, Texas today because I was able to just hand her a little chunk of money for her going down there. Now, when you say though, how come you can say that you don't, that at this point in your life, don't you regret having created all that havoc in Mariana? Just I want to make sure you know this in case that's one of the questions in your mind. The answer is absolutely not. Now, do I believe anybody understand, any white person understand that? Yes. There's a white lawyer there named Jesse Daggett. These are calling names. You can call them and ask them. There's a white lawyer there named Bob Donovan. Those two lawyers were there when I was raising hell in 71, 70, 71, 72, 70, 77, 78. They were there then and were trying to figure out how to keep us quiet because that's all they wanted was peace. That's all you want is peace. I want justice. Justice is more important to me than peace. What they said, what they have done though in recent years, and I don't know what the meaning of it is, I don't claim to have the answer, but I am the only black person in those courthouses along that Mississippi River to have a plaque on the wall in my honor in Mariana, Lee County Court. Go down there and look if you don't believe me. Look up on the wall, there's Olly Neal. I'm trying to look handsome. The picture I gave him had my hair a little black because I didn't want to look this old. But my point is, somebody's going to hear this. You may not believe in this garbage I'm talking about making amends. That may be pure garbage to you. But somebody's going to hear that because Jesse and Bob have said to me, and it will be in my book that I'm going to publish next year, in April, I hope. Jesse and Bob have said to me, and to me and my co-writer, that what I understood what I was concerned about. What I told them one time was, they said Gene Ralph was the prosecutor in that area. If y'all ain't been around here long, y'all have no idea what that's about. Gene was the only prosecutor in the state that had his own separate police force called Ralph Rangers. He was bad. Now, he was not in this district. My district included Lee, Phyllis, Monroe, Cross, Woodruff, and St. Francis, those 6 counties. I took Gene on. Me and Jimmy Wilson took him on. Fought him in every way we could and finally beat him in 1988. Jesse and Bob asked me when the election was going on, said, man, so why would you get crossways with Gene like that? So don't you know he's going to make your practice? I said, listen, I ain't making no money. I ain't got no money. You ain't helping me make no money. You ain't helping me get no money. Why the hell should I be around here trying to be quiet and get along with you and him? Now, the reason why it's him and not you I'm picking on now is because he's the one causing me the most problems. If I get rid of him, I might come back for you. So, any other question? You had a question, John?
Yes.